Good morning, Mohan. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mohan.
Good morning,
Good
Mohan.
morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hey guys, any questions? Fine, let's start. If any questions, please let me know. Yesterday, we were looking into the basic accounting part, then we discussed about the various components in that. Okay, today where we will start is, let's start with the currency part. Please let me know if you are able to view my screen. Can any one of you please confirm?
Yes, we do.
Okay, fine. Okay. Today, what we will do, let's look into the currency part. We all know currency or currency code is the measurement of any kind of amount. Basically, there are different kinds of currency codes out there, like USD, INR, GBP, AED. Okay, there are around 188 ISO recognized currencies are there, and these are used for the international trade and commerce. Even the daily day-to-day routine or business related activities. Our application is capable enough to have all this information. Okay. Let me, application. Please see the from. Any of you try to log on to the application? Not yet. If not yet, please start doing so. Yeah. Okay, Tom. Now, let me navigate to setup and maintenance. Within the setup and maintenance, if you see, let me need to explain this particular screen in that. This setup and maintenance is the place where we do all the configuration, and we will be able to navigate from this user, and you will have the settings and actions. Then we need to scroll down to the setup and maintenance. This is one of the options. The second option to reach this particular setup and maintenance is click on the navigator and click on this others. Okay, here again you can see one more setup and maintenance. The same option available. Okay, and this entire screen we call it as functional setup manager or FSM, whatever it is. This we can even do the configurations project wise also. Okay. We will be visiting this entire area after a while. Maybe shortly today we will take it up. But here, if you see, this entire screen is arranged in such a way, in the top portion there is setup, it is showing as financials. If I click on this drop down, you will have the various other offerings as well. Compensation management, customer data management, customer loyalty, enterprise contacts, field service, HCM, then manufacturing and supply chain management, order management, procurement, each of these product families. So we are going to work in financials. And within the financials, we can see all these offerings, legal structures, financial reporting structure, general ledger, organizational structures, and payables, receivables. All these modules are there. And right now, we started discussing on the part of the journal entry accounting part. Already we have seen we have an account in the form of a representation, then currency. Currency is to measure the amount whatever we are dealing, and period. Period referring to the date, point in time when the transactions are impacting an organization. Okay, the timing basically. And all these things we call them as reporting entities. Why reporting entities we call them is each one of them will be acting as a base or acting as a what do you call a dimension for any business. In fact, any account, maybe all expenses, all sales, all asset related accounts. Similarly, currency code. Similarly, period. Okay? And these entities, they will be used across the instance. Across the instance, I mean, in all the product families, whatever we discussed just now. Wherever there is a monetary impact is there, we need to account it. And wherever we need to account it, we need to have a currency code, and we need to have the period reference as well. Okay. Hence, it is a common configuration across the applications. Okay. Hence, we call it as financial reporting structures. Within that, if you see, there is one task called manage currencies. This is the one. Okay, let me copy this task name and put it here. Manage currencies. Okay. Now, let's navigate to this task. I'm navigating to this task by clicking on my left mouse. Okay. And every task, especially the configuration task, starts with the set screen basically. Okay. This is a sketch set. Here you can provide a currency code or a currency name, or simply click on search by not doing anything, so that system will pull up everything, whatever it is there in the form of the currency codes. Okay. Is everybody able to view my screen?
Yes, Mohan.
Okay, thank you. If there is any issue, please let me know. And here, if you see, you can create a new currency code, or you can use the existing currency codes. All ISO recognized currency codes are already available in the system. Okay. And remaining things, if there is any new currency code is required, one may need to create. At least the currency codes only I defined once. That too, maybe after a couple of years, my customer may be able to in need of a new currency code due to the statutory obligation. They asked me to define it. That is only in one of the implementations. Otherwise, we never defined any new currency code. Whatever is existing, at least in the last 20 years, that is done now. Okay. Now, say for example, here, if I go to the USD. Okay. Simply querying the USD. I entered currency code as USD and click on search. And there is a currency name, description, and it should be enabled by default. Okay. In a brand new instance, all the currency codes will come without enabling. Since this is a training instance, it's been enabled already by some of the users. Otherwise, these currency codes will not be enabled. A user or an implementer need to go and they need to enable them. Okay. The only enabled currency codes we can use across the transactions. Okay. You can include a start date, you can include an end date if it is not going to use over a period of time. And from which date you want to use, you can put that also, but not mandatory. Apart from that, if I click on this triangle, there is another field is open here. You see there are few dots are there. It will tell you what is the brief details about this particular currency. This is issuing territory, United States. This numeric currency code is 840. Symbol is this dollar symbol S and a vertical line. Precision is 2. Extended precision is 5. What is this precision and extended precision? Say $100.59. This is 2 places precision basically. Means it indicates your cents, number of cents. Okay. There may be cases where 100.596780 something like this. How many digits are there? 5 digits if I extend it here. Okay. In calculations, we may be using up to this number of decisions, five decimals. Okay, that's what at the USD currency level it's been enabled. Where this is used, it is used in the calculations, in the formula. Okay. If at $100 level, this value may not be impacting much. But if you take a case of where $1 billion, definitely this precision will be impacting in a major way. Okay, so that is the reason they use this extended precision. Extended precision is used in the calculations and formula. And a minimum accountable unit, is it a $1 or 1 cent kind of thing? And if you see, there is ISO currency checkbox is enabled here, and whether it is a currency or a statistical unit. Okay. Currency, we all know, it is used to measure the amount. But what is a statistical unit? Statistical unit, let me explain you case, then we will be able to easily understand what is a statistical unit. Okay. Say there is a department or a company, a small company, and there are 5 departments are there: finance, sales, IT, then CEO's office, and admin department. The total area available for this office is say 10,000 square feet. And my finance department is occupying 2,000 SFT. Sales is occupying 3,000 SFT. IT occupying 750 SFT. And CEO's office 1250 SFT. And the remaining value is, say, for example, your admin department, say 3,000. Okay, these are all in SFT. And every month, say, I'm paying a rent of, say, 100,000. And I want to apportion this rent based on the number of square feet, the size of the square feet they are occupied by each department. Okay, here if you see, 1,000 into this SFT divided by total area, that is total 10,000 SFT. Yeah, this is 20,000. If I copy the same formula across the board, this is the value. Okay, sorry. Yeah. This is the value, the rent we are apportioning based on this particular criteria. This SFT and these values, we call them as statistical currency. This is even we enter into the system by way of a journal entry only, but there we need not enter debit and credit both the lines. Only one aspect is sufficient. The basic objective for using the statistical currency, statistical unit is to provide this measurement within the system. Okay, that is what we call it as statistical unit. Is this clear? Are you able to understand this? Okay, fine.
But where we can use this statistical unit?
where we can use the statistical unit is, say there is a rent expenses there, you have paid 100,000 for a particular month. Okay. And we want to proportionately distribute this rent expense among these 5 departments, say finance, sales, IT, CEOs, office and admin. Now, there should be a basis, right? That basis is this number of SFT occupied by each department. In this case, this is the area in which each department is occupied. So my total rent, whatever I have paid, I am distributing among the departments using this criteria. This is called a statistical currency or statistical unit, basically. Like this, there can be any kind of expense where you need to proportionately distribute among many entities or departments. It can be anything. At that point of time, the statistical unit will be useful. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fine. Then there is a derivative type is there, whether euro currency and euro derived. This is especially useful in case of euro related countries. Why? Because they are dealt with the multiple countries together. Okay. And there is a derivative effective date, and you can enter some factor here. Factor is maybe 0.5, 0.7 means a base currency, and with that, the relative number or relative proportion will be taken into the consideration. And if you see here down below, there is one regional information is there. If I open this, it is showing currencies of Argentina and currencies of Russia. This is a context-based descriptive flexifield. We call it as a descriptive flexifield. Descriptive flexifields are used in the system to provide any kind of additional information with reference to an organization. I mean, that is not common across the board for all the industries or all the instances. For a specific industry, they need that information, or a specific company, or maybe a specific country. Okay. In this case, for currencies of Argentina, okay, there may be certain additional fields we may need to enable here. Okay, here if you see currency code and something they are enabling. Okay. Like this, any additional information. We will going forward, we will define these things also. For USD, Argentina currency does not make any sense. In this I have shown you as a reference what this particular field does. Say a particular company wants to track a very unique information which is not captured across anywhere on the system. Okay. This is with reference to the currency. Even we can define a new currency code also. Here, say test, and currency name is test currency. Provide some description. It's very simple to define. Either you need to enable it and you can provide these details. Issuing territories are all these countries here. Okay, numeric code. All these are provided by ISO organization. Okay. This is with reference to the currencies. We tie up this currency with a ledger. Okay. In a ledger, I have these are the components. Basically, yesterday we have seen what is the ledger name we used in our discussion. Ledger is US primary ledger. And this ledger is used to store all the accounting. What are the components in the accounting? In an accounting entry or in a ledger definition, these are the components: account, currency, and period. And there will be another thing also will be coming up. It is called accounting method. Okay. This accounting method, it's nothing new actually. There are like cash basis accounting, accrual basis accounting. Okay. And your system by default provides 4 accounting methods. One is standard accrual. The second one is standard accrual with encumbrances. Third one is US federal. The fourth one is standard accrual for change. Apart from this, if there is any specific accounting method we need to define in the system as per the requirements, we may do so. What are these requirements? Specific requirements might be coming up is, say, if some business is operating in US, they may be following US GAAP, okay, or maybe US federal accounting, or maybe IFRS. IFRS stands for the International Financial Reporting Standards, or maybe International Accounting Standards. There can be any kind of accounting method. We can define it and we can start using, we can assign it at the ledger definition level and we can start using it. We will see how, what are the various components of this accounting method. This is famously called as 4Cs, these components. Okay. 4Cs, how is, the first one is your chart of accounts. The second one is currency. Third one is calendar. Fourth one is convention. Convention stands for the accounting convention or accounting method. These are the components of a ledger. Okay, whenever we are defining a ledger, these are the things we need to specify. Okay, yes, Yusuf, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you please just repeat the accounting method if you don't mind?
Yeah, why not? Accounting method is the way we are going to do the accounting. Let me give a very relative example. Say in APAC region or maybe in Asia, we generally have the right hand driving. In US and in some of the other countries in the Middle East, we have the left hand side driving. In US only the postal vans will have the right hand side driving, except that everything is left hand side driving. Okay. That is a method, that is a convention they follow. Similarly, in accounting also, we do right from the good olden days, the traditional accounting methods are accrual. The second one is cash basis accounting. Okay. Accrual is where the respective expense is with reference to a specific period. Say, if I take the rent, I pay the rent always with reference to a period. Say, for July 25, I am paying the rent. For August 25, I am paying the rent. Okay. Or salaries. I paid for January 25. I pay the salaries for February 25. What does it mean? I need to account that particular expense in that period. Otherwise, I'm not properly reporting my profits. Say in a specific month, you are liable to pay a rent of 10,000 USD and you forgot to record this particular expense. As a result, what happens? Your profits are overstated by a tune of $10,000. It's wrong, right? It's a misrepresentation. The expense itself is not recorded. You pay it, not pay it, that's a different thing. But you need to recognize this expense in the respective period. It is called an accrual account basis. The second case is cash basis accounting. Cash basis accounting is a process when they identify the spending as and when they pay the cash actually. Say, this July rent I am paying in the month of October. In the month of October only, I'll record it saying that I paid this $10,000 rent. That's it, no other details. So here profits are not uniform. But in case of accrual method, your profits are uniform and it is a more scientific way of doing the accounting. Why? Because I need to recognize the expense in the respective period. Okay. So accrual is the current accounting method across the globe, the generally we follow. Apart from that, if there is any other way, say US GAAP, US governments mandatorily suggest to follow this US GAAP. There is one US federal accounting is also there. IFRS is there. International accounting standards are there. In some countries, they have the local gaps also. Okay. So this accounting method will be suggested by your users which one to take into the consideration. In some of the cases, what happens is we may need to maintain the accounts in more than one accounting method. Okay. In that case, what is the option provided is we need to define another ledger with reference to a primary ledger. Okay. So I'll give you an example. Now, Yusuf is a business executive. During the office hours, in order to attend the office business, his attire is business attire. He has to wear a tie, suit, business suit, and everything. Maybe he need to attend a party, evening party. Okay. For that, already they have given a dress code saying that he need to wear a pair of sneakers and pair of jeans and t-shirt. Okay. And maybe he's going for some marriage function. Maybe he is wearing another kind of attire. So the same user, but his attire is different based on the different conditions. Okay. Similarly, depending on the regulation or accounting requirement, we may need to follow different types of accounting methods in fact. So based on that, these accounting methods we can define in the system and we can start assigning at the ledger level. Once we assign these accounting methods at the ledger level, we will be able to use it in fact. Let me briefly show you the ledger definition, then I'll take it from there towards the currency discussion. Is that clear, Yusuf? Are we
Yeah,
good?
thank you so much. Yeah, all good. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me navigate to a ledger so that it will be clear. I opened another browser tab. I'm navigating to setup and maintenance. And this time I'm navigating to general ledger. Okay. Here, if you see, there is manage primary ledgers are there. And within the manage primary ledger, if I add a record with the name of the ledger, say UNG 700 primary ledger. Give some description. And here there is one chart of accounts is there. Chart of account is the string basically, whatever we have. And that each segment will have multiple values. That entire set is called a chart of accounts. Okay, it's a chart basically. Then we have an accounting calendar. This is what I was talking about. Okay, the period. Period refers to a calendar. Then you have the currency code. Okay, USD, Euro, GBP, all these things. Then the fourth one is accounting method. Here, accounting method is not mandatory, but at the time of specifying the ledger options, generally we choose the accounting method, even otherwise also we can choose the method. We will have a detailed discussion on this point. Let me come back here. Let's start with the currency explanation. Okay. This is the currency code basically. Okay. Now, you consider a case where you are traveling from US to, you are traveling to, your company need to have certain kind of obligation to pay in GBP. GBP stands for Great Britain pound. Okay, leave like this. Here. Now, as on, what is the date today? This it is 12. Yeah. 12th September. 2025. We need 10,000 GBP. Okay. And my treasury department, I approached the treasury guy. He said he is having only 3,000 GBP at his end. So I need to get the remaining 7,000 GBP. So what I did, I approached
What
a
is
friend.
GP author?
GBP stands for Great Britain pound.
Okay, what is that 10,000?
By on 12th September, I have an obligation to pay in 10,000 GBP.
Okay, okay, thank you.
You understand? Let's say you are traveling, you need currency, or you need to make a payment in foreign currency. No, you need to have this. See, my normal currency of conducting business is USD. Okay. But I need to make the payment in GBP. So I need to acquire it, right? Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now I have my treasury said they have 3,000 GBP. And I approached a friend, he provided me 2,000 GBP. And I went to the local market and they provided me some 2,500 GB. Okay. And at the airport, I took another 2,500. My treasury department, it acquired at the rate of 1.3. My friend provided me 2,000 GBP at a rate of say 1.5. Means 1 GBP equal to 1.3 USD. That is the exchange rate. At the local market, they quoted $1.7. And at airport, they charged me $2 for 1 GB. Is this example clear to all? Have we any time have this experience? Even in the normal business case also, your rates are different at different places. At airport, definitely they'll charge more. Maybe at the local market, if you go to any bank or over the counter, if you take, right, your exchange rates are more actually. But the objective behind this use case is on a specific date with a constant relationship between the USD and GBP, your rates might be different, exchange rates might be different. Is this clear? Are we able to understand this?
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends. It just like
Okay.
depends on the source. It depends on the source of
Yes.
the.
Okay. So this rate type, this rate is always with reference to the rate type. Say here it is my corporate rate. Say my treasury is using this rate, this thing. Okay. And from a friend, I'm getting maybe this is like what do you call exchange rate or something you can give or corporate group rate, something. A name you can give. Then local market is the say user defined rate. And this is a spot rate, say example. Okay. If you see in different conditions, rates are different actually. This condition element, we define it in the system by saying exchange rate type. Okay. Always your exchange rates are mentioned along with the rate type only. If you specify as an abstract number, it does not convey any meaning. You need to specify where you bought it. Is it at the airport or is it at the local market? Is it provided by a friend or maybe in the treasury department has it been available? Okay, so always this rate with reference to the rate type. If simply we say rate, no, it does not fly. It should not be the case. Okay. And this rate type will provide you some of the characteristics for this particular exchange rate. Okay. Now, let me click on save close. And if you see here, this is the rate type. Manage conversion rate types. There are different rate types are there. By default, system provides some shipped rates, rate types, corporate, then spot rate, then user defined rate. These are some of the traditionally used by the Oracle product or even normal business also. Apart from that, some of the characteristics are there. There is one inverse relationship is there, enforced inverse relationship. What is this enforced inverse relationship? Let me tell you. Here in this case, 1 GBP equal to 1.3 USD. Here, GBP, and say this is USD. 1 GBP equal to 1.3 USD. Okay, in this case, where is this? Sorry. Now, somebody is asking, boss, what is the rate reverse wise? Say USD to GB. The first one is GBP to USD we have calculated. Now, how the relationship, if it is inverse of the rate, say for example, how many USD you will get for 1 GBP. Okay, in that case, how it works out is 1 divided by 1.3. 1 divided by 1.3. Okay, like this. This is a inverse relationship basically. So the first one is 1 GBP to USD. The second one is 1 GBP to 1 USD to how many GBPs? That is called an inverse relationship. Yes, you can establish. And one of the rate types, we mention it as default rate type. Means the moment I open any transaction or journal entry, this rate type will be available there. Okay. If I go to a JV page, I will show you right away so that you will be able to understand this.
While giving the journal entry, we'll do conversion rate and inverse conversion rate, right? It's the same, right?
Hey, no, inverse conversion rate is one direction. And rate is in one direction. Inverse is in the reverse direction.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's the same concept, right?
Yes. The same thing. Here, if you see, say I want to include euro. Okay. Here, the rate type. Always it comes with the rate type only. Here, it's been defaulted to the corporate. Why? Why? Because at this level, we have mentioned it as the default rate type basically. Okay. And we can establish a inverse relationship as well. that enable cross-currency rates or enable cross rates. What is a cross rate? Let me give you a use case here. Say my ledger currency is USD and my transaction currency is in, say, GBP. And say supplier payment, say for example, we made it in AED. Are you able to follow? Is this clear?
Yep.
Okay. Now here, if you see, nothing is common here. We need to bring them onto a common currency. This is a cross currency basically. One thing you are measuring or reporting in USD, the transaction currency is in GBP, and supplier payment we are making in AED. This is called a cross currency transaction. How we deal with this? What we do, we bring everything into one common currency. Say, for example, in this case, I measure everything in USD. This is USD. And this is also in USD. Okay. So everything we are bringing onto the same platform. Say USD to USD relation, it is one only. 1:1. 1 GBP to USD conversion 1.3.
1.3.
1 USD to AED 3.45 or 3.75. I don't remember exactly. But here, this is the how it works out actually. We bring everything onto a common platform. Okay. In this case, this USD, whatever we are using as a common currency or a common platform, we call it as pivot currency or anchor currency. Pivot or anchor currency. Anchor, what is an anchor? Anchor provides a foothold for a ship or any base this too. Okay, this is called anchor currency or pivot currency. If any type, rate type is used for the cross currency rate types, we need to allow cross currency rates override. And what is the pivot currency here? Okay, you see cross rate pivot currency. For this rate type, the pivot currency would be maybe I use USD, or maybe generally we use the ledger currency as the pivot currency. Okay, this is the rate type. You are always, the rates are in relation to the rate type only. In absolute terms, 1.3, it does not convey any meaning. Okay, if you say to somebody, I bought a 2, they will ask you where you got this rate. Okay, whether it's a bank or you bought it from a street corner, or is it been provided by any foreign currency trading house, or is it from the company's treasury or a corporate rate? Okay, always it is with reference to a rate type only. Okay, why I am repeating so many number of times is this is important. This is important. You may be
Can we
asked
create,
in.
can we create our own rate type, or these are the
Yeah,
default?
you can create your own rate type. Just
So
simply
instead of
go.
US pivot, someone can do AUD or
Yeah,
some.
yes. Say for example here UNG 700 rate we are giving here. Rate type. Okay, I can create, no worries. Any number of things. I want to establish an inverse relationship. I'll enable a cross rate. Okay. And I'll include a pivot currency type also. Everything I can provide here. You can define your own rate type. Any organizations do.
Can I add something here? If you don't
Yeah,
mind,
go
please?
ahead.
So I think it just came into my mind that two things. The first one is like for the currency rate types, we have to follow the standards of IRS or GAAP, right? Because
Yeah,
they
yes,
prefer because there's a kind of a compliance that we have to follow. And
yes.
the second thing, it must be linked online. Like you mentioned yesterday about the HSBC updates on daily basis. So one of them is like it has to be linked to like I don't know if it's HSBC or something else because
Service
this rates
provider,
change.
any
Yeah,
service provider.
yeah. So it changes on daily basis. So like we must follow what's in the system, or do we need to create our own one?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Say, whenever there is a foreign currency is involved in any transaction, definitely we need to update the exchange rates in the system. Okay. And who provides these exchange rates? Generally, there are certain service providers like Bloomberg or maybe HSBC or maybe if I'm operating in India, SBI or ICICI or like HDFC. Any financial house, they provide these rates actually. These rates we upload into the system. Okay. Now, if I take you, there is another tab here, daily rates. Okay. And say, let's search something, say USD to INR. And this is from 1st September to 30th September. If I click on search, here if you see the rates are available, 83.767, it is corporate rate. Period average rate is 83.887. Period end rate is 84.017. And there somebody defined a rate type called reporting. Yeah. Here itself you are finding 4 rate types here. Is it visible to all? Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then, so always this is with reference to the rate type. Say here, let me include corporate rate. Add here on a daily basis. What is the rate here? Okay. Now, how to upload these rates into the system? Here, if you see, there is one create in spreadsheet is there. Daily rates, create in spreadsheet. Let me click on to this particular tab. My system provides me an Excel upload here. This is the one. Okay, create daily rates. On my system, this Excel will be stored or generally downloaded onto the my downloads folder. It depends how your laptop is arranged or your system is arranged. Accordingly, you can access. Every time whenever I'm connecting to the system through this kind of any kind of utility, right? I need to provide the credentials or I need to log on to the application. This is the connect. You are about to connect to the following application URL. It will give you, do you want to connect? It will ask for the confirmation. You say yes. Okay, then it will provide the placeholder to enter the credentials. Okay, here, let me give my user is pin_IMPL. And what is the password where I'll get? Go back to your access space. Here, this is the password. Provided here, say click on sign in. Okay, this sheet open. Now here, what we will do, let's enter the conversion, say USD to, let me take INR. This one we are seeing. Okay. And conversion rate, let's put the rate type as corporate. If I extend this field completely, you can see that the rate type name here. Okay, conversion rate type. And here you will give the date. Say, for example, already September is there. Let's give 1st October to 31st December. 2025. And rate is, let's give a very odd rate, say 92. Okay. This is simple as it is, and there are no other columns here to enter. Simply, I click on submit. Okay. The moment I
So-
click on, yeah, go ahead.
So this is a web query, right?
Pardon?
So this is a web query that uploads to the system directly.
This is not a query, this is a utility. This is an ADFDI utility. It's not a query user.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry to disturb.
No, no worries, that's fine. Okay, say here, this is a program basically. Automatically submit daily rates import program. I say okay. Where I need to verify whether this program is completed successfully or not, there are two ways. We will go there. The first one is on this particular sheet itself, you can see the row record status. It is inserted successfully. This message we need to get. Then here in this window, message window, you can see number of records successfully inserted is 1. And rates are loaded into daily rates interface table. Your process 841 something blah blah is submitted. Now where I can verify this, go back to the application. Yesterday we visited these tools. Okay. Let's go back to the tools again. And we will visit the schedule processes. Tools. Navigate to the schedule processes. This is one of the sections where we visit very frequently. Okay. Here, if you see, import and calculate daily rates, this program completed with the status of succeeded. Okay. The status should be succeeded. Now, let's go back to the Excel and you say, okay. Here you can close it. Let me leave it like that for a while. Then what we will do, just now we have uploaded. Let's query the rates, whatever we have, say, from 1st October to 31st December. Okay, and corporate rate type only we have given here. Like this, let's corporate. Now click on search. This is the rate we have given 92. Okay. System uploaded these rates through this spreadsheet package. Now, in reality, how the business works is generally in the midnight, say 25th midnight at after 12 o'clock or in between 1 to 3, sometimes the banks push this information. If it is sending an Excel file kind of thing, maybe simply a user can upload into the sheet and they can put the rates into the system. Otherwise, they expect an automated feed into the system. In those cases, we may need to develop a customization. Okay, but yes, this is the utility is available. Now the question comes up is, how do I install this utility on my system? Say that is Bhavana's question, say for example. Okay, it's simple. Go back to your application. Okay. Yeah. Here, click on home icon. I have opened the instance in another browser, okay, for the sake of our demonstration. And go to others here, this section. And here, lights motion. Let me show you from there. Let me add these things. If something is not visible directly, we can go and add it. Click on that plus icon. And yes, in the tools, my apologies. In the tools, you see there is one download ADF is there. Are you able to view my screen? Is it visible to all?
Yep. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Navigate to tools, and within the tools, you need to have this particular download icon, download ADF integrator. Okay, say yes. Let me show you from the front end also. Let's navigate to tools. And here, download ADF desktop integrator. Just simply click on download on that icon, it will download. Okay. Already it is there on my system, so I need not do that. But in your case, you may need to download this tool. What you are going to do? Navigate to the home page. In the home page, navigate to these tools. Then this one, download this particular thing. Here, if you see the moment I click on download, here in my download, this installer is there. Simply you can click on it. Okay. Try to install that. Okay. Now let's go back. Yeah. This is how we upload these rates into the system. Okay. And
Suppose if we created one journal, does the conversion rate automatically populates if we give it like this? I mean, if
yes,
we give it as corporate, does it automatically populate in the journal in our ledger?
yes, automatically these rates will come, Bhavna. Your Bhavna, right?
Lastly.
Okay, apologies. These rates automatically will come on to the JV. No need to do any kind of manual intervention.
I don't know. What I'm asking is, do we need to give that conversion rate and inverse conversion rate in every journal, or does this automatically populate depending upon this?
You need not give. There is an option for automatic population. It's automatically populated.
Okay, okay.
Okay, if you are entering a JV, when the conversion rate is there, it's automatically populated. Okay. Maybe sometime if we are going to create a JV, right? You can see. Let me show you that. General accounting, journals. I reduced the font size. Hope it is visible to all. Okay, let me increase it. Say create journal. Okay, here. Description. Here, what I'll do, I put INR. For September, for corporate, some different rate is there, some 83 point something. Okay. You see, the moment we enter this INR, these rates are automatically counted.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Then there is one historical rates is there. What is this historical rate? Let me give you the business.
Mohan, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I have a question. So practically, usually nobody does this manual upload, right? Every day when they get the exchange rates. So
Yeah,
usually
they get
automate.
they get the feed from some of the service providers.
Yeah, they get it from service provider, and every day this program will be scheduled to be executed. Usually they don't do
Yeah,
it manually. So how can they?
uh, in 98% of the cases, they customize this entire process. Kalaivan.
Correct. So
Huh.
without having a ADF in our desktops, I mean, how can we do that? I mean, just as a process.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll explain you as a process.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
in all the cases, your rates need to come up to the interface table.
Hmm.
Okay. And from the front end, we have seen this ADFDI sheet and we have populated that record.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm leading the customization. What solution I have provided is automatically when the rate comes, it should get populated in an ADFDI sheet, and that sheet also should get submitted automatically, and rates need to be uploaded into the system. So that is one of the
Hmm.
solutions.
Hmm.
We write a piece of code to enable this entire process. It's a customization. Otherwise, there is another case is to upload it in the interface table directly. Even in that case also, you need to take this ADFDI return. In cloud applications, we cannot touch the database directly. No, it will not allow you.
Hmm.
That is the reason these interfaces are provided.
Correct. That is why we may not be able to update the interface table directly. Correct. Even if we
Directly.
use the
Yes,
customization.
that is the reason we need to use this ADFDA. Yeah. You need to go into the application and we generally use this ADFDA only in all the cases. This is a very useful tool in fact. The only thing is that you are creating a record and you are scheduling that program. That's it. Okay. Now there is a historical rates is there. What is this historical rate? Let me give a brief introduction. Say I started my business in 1974. Okay, I'm based out of India, say Mumbai, and one of my foreign investors, he invested some $100,000 in 1974. Maybe the date is 1st January 1974. He invested $100,000 at the rate of 13 rupees. On this date, a dollar converted into INR is 13 rupees. Is this clear? Yes, no?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now, as and when I take the balance sheet from the system, right, or any capital account, the conversion happens at this rate only. Why? Because at this rate it is invested in fact. Now, even if I'm implementing Oracle application in the year 2025, I need to carry this rate in the system as an historical rate. Okay. Hence, there may be a need. We need to upload these historical rates into the system. Okay, here for which ledger, what is the ledger currency, and what is the target currency and rate type. Okay. Just I'm not going into the details here. But yes, this is how we upload the historical rates also. Okay. Any questions? Are we good? No questions?
All good.
Yusuf, Bhavana, Pradeep,
Uh,
Kalaivani, Sunil, Vasavi.
No, it's good.
Okay. What I'll do, I'll stop the session here. I'll wait a couple of more minutes. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Otherwise, let's catch up tomorrow. Today is Friday, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
today is
catch up
Friday.
next week.
Next week, it's on Monday. Monday, India time, 7 a.m.
Yeah, I just want to share a quick experience because I work as of now as a Oracle NetSuite functional consultant, but I'm
Go
just
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
I think somebody asked about this updating the currencies. So I usually don't update the currencies on NetSuite and Oracle. It's an ERB for small and medium enterprises. So I just fixed it based on HSBC, where it updates the currency exchange rates on daily basis. So I think in the Fusion as well, it's just like it's linked. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Mohan, that you're telling us how the system works, but in real life use cases where we just do it one time, we set it up one time, and then it gets updated on a daily basis from the service provider. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what the customization user. That's what I said.
Okay. Okay.
It's a,
Thank you. So
it's
I'm just sharing
no,
an
no, it's fine,
experience.
fine. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your experience. Definitely it helps. It provides a bit more understanding. Even in this case also, we need to update these rates. Otherwise, system does not have the intelligence to provide these rates on its own. Some service provider provides these rates, and these rates we bring in into the system through this Excel utility. Generally, whenever I suggest a customization, I suggest to fill that Excel and submit that program also. Okay, that submit is there, right? We do it through the programmatic step. Okay. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Yeah, go ahead.
As a functional consultant, what would be our role in this? I mean, how do we interact with the interface table? Can we interact, or what do we need to do? Or is it only by the technical person?
See, as a functional consultant, if you are able to upload into the system using that ADFDI, just now whatever the Excel tool I have shown you, right? If we are able to upload it through that Excel, your technical consultant should be able to write a program and upload it through that sheet. It's not a very complex thing. Is it clear?
Yeah.
You, as a functional consultant, your first step is whether that utility is working perfectly or not. That is what you need to test. Once you are able to do it, yes, the technical consultant should be able to upload the rates using that utility automatically.
Yeah, I think you asked yesterday a question about the difference between functional and technical consultant. I'll tell you from my experience. Basically, technical consultant does not understand business, so they don't know how the business progress or works within the company. They understand codings and scripting. So your role as a functional consultant is just to translate the business requirements to him or to her, that, okay, for example, the currency here, what do we have? So you might face one of the finance team that they want to add a new currency that maybe it's not existing in the system, that it requires some scripting or maybe as casual to update. So you take all these requirements, you just design it in a workflow and theoretically, and then you translate it to the person who writes the coding. What I understand, just correct me if I'm wrong, Mohan.
Yes, Yusuf, it is correct.
Yeah, so in Fusion itself, there are less less customization because it's more to UI that you do most of the things with your hands. I mean, it's very less to have a technical person that works with you because most of the things are just like you can use it within the UI itself with the interface on the front end.
The standard product itself provides whole lot of functionality.
Yeah.
Generally,
so as long as you understand the business, you
yes.
don't. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like Vasi, if you want to work as a functional consultant, you may own the entire business, sorry, entire system, and you become the business systems analyst that you manage the system for your functional stakeholders. And then maybe sometimes you need the help of a person that do a scripting for you, but you don't need to do it yourself. And just bear in mind that the technical person does not understand business as you.
Thank you, Yusuf. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
Mohan, I have one more question.
Yes, please. Go.
Can you give any suggestion for accounting updates or something like that? Because I'm not from the accounting background.
Accounting update. Okay.
Yeah. Can I refer to something?
No, I don't do anything now, Vasu. Don't do anything. I take you through, okay? Even at the end of that, if you feel that you still need something, definitely I'll suggest. As of now, don't overload yourself.
Not overloading, Mohan. I just want to have a reference.
I understand. Don't overwhelmingly concerned about it. That's what I mean to say. Overloading them.
No, just to have business understand. I mean,
Don't worry
account
about
basic.
it. That's what I'm telling you, Asri. As of now, just leave it. I'll tell you how it works. You need not worry about it. That's what I'm saying. Definitely, I'll refer you some material. No doubt about it. But as of now, don't worry about it. I'll tell you. Definitely, I'll tell you. Is that clear? As of now, do not take it in a negative manner. It's not a limitation. Is that clear?
Okay.
It's not a limitation. Don't worry about it. There are thousands of engineering graduates never worked in an accounting field. They are leading the financial implementations, Vasu. So no problem. Don't worry about it. I'll make you enable to face the situation. Is that fine?
Yeah, Mohan.
Yeah. As of now, don't go into the too much details, right? Because already this is going above the head. You need to spend time on these things, on the application especially. On the accounting part, yes, definitely. If you need any backup also, I'll provide you, don't worry. But it's not that serious problem. That's what I'm going to say. I'll show you how it works actually. Okay, is that fine?
Okay, Mohan.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's catch up on Monday. I need to jump into another call. Okay. Let's catch up Monday at 7 a.m.
Thank you and have a
Thank you.
good
Thank
weekend,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.